this video we're going to be learning how to crochet one of these cute flowers. You don't need any prior crochet knowledge to make one of these flowers. I'm going to show you everything from the beginning, step by step. You can use any yarn you like for this tutorial. This is the yarn that I'm going to be using. Somewhere on your yarn label it will tell you what size crochet hook is suitable for that yarn. You're also going to need a yarn needle and any pair of scissors. If you're not quite sure what you need to get started with crochet, I've put together a bundle with all of my recommended crochet tools and accessories, including a bag, a handmade notebook, a set of stitch markers and lots of other goodies to get you started with crochet. It comes in 2 different colorways and I will link it down in the description and also in the pinned comment if you're interested. Right, let's get learning how to crochet one of these cute flowers. There are lots of different ways of holding your hook and yarn when you crochet. I'm going to show you the ways that works best for me. Feel free to change it up if it doesn't feel right for you. When it comes to holding a crochet hook, the 2 main ways of doing it is like a pencil or like a knife, which is my preferred way. Notice here how my grip is nice and loose. In terms of holding your yarn, I prefer to grip it with my ring and little finger, and as I'm making my crochet stitches I allow the yarn to travel slowly through those fingers. How tight or loose we hold this yarn here affects how tight and loose our stitches are later. Now I've got my yarn grip with those 2 fingers, I'm going to bring it up over the top of my first finger and then pinch it a few inches away with my middle finger and my thumb. We need to make sure we leave a little tail here that's a few inches long because we're going to come back and secure this with a yarn needle so it doesn't come loose at the end of our flower. So now we need to get the first loop of yarn onto the crochet hook using something called a slip knot. Again, there are lots of different ways of doing this. This is the way that I think is easiest for beginners. So take your crochet hook and put it to one side of the working yarn. That's what this bit of yarn here is called, the working yarn. So I'm going to put my hook to one side and I'm going to pull out. And as I'm pulling, down here I'm letting a little bit of yarn travel through my fingers here. Then take your crochet hook and rotate it 360 degrees, making this twist. And this is what we're going to use instead of a knot. Now pinch that twist with your thumb and middle finger and we're ready to learn our first crochet stitch. The first crochet stitch we're going to learn is a chain stitch, and to make a chain stitch we need to learn a crucial crochet technique called a yarn over. So to do a yarn over, we're going to take our crochet hook, move it this way and behind the yarn like that. I'll show you that again. So my crochet hook is going over and behind my yarn. We need to be really careful here. We're not putting our hook around the top like that. This is called a yarn under. This is not what we want. What we want is a yarn over like this. Now we've done the yarn over, we're going to use our crochet hook to draw that yarn over through that loop of yarn we have on our hook down here. And to do this, I'm going to move my crochet hook down and I'm going to twist it slightly. Can you see how that hook bit there is catching that yarn as I twist it? So I'm going to pull my hook down, twisting it, and use it to pull that loop of yarn through the one that was on our hook. So if you've managed to follow along so far, you've just made your first crochet stitch. That there is your first chain stitch. We're now going to make 5 more chains, so 6 in total. So yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So that is 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice as I made those chains I let some yarn run through my fingers, and notice how my chains aren't really tight here, but they're also not loose and baggy. I've got the tension just right. Next we're going to make this chain into a ring at the centre of our flower. To do that we're going to do something called a slip stitch into the first chain we made. So the first chain we made is over here. So to make that slip stitch I'm going to put my hook into the chain. It doesn't really matter which one of these loops we go under as long as we go into the chain somewhere like that. Then to do a slip stitch we yarn over, and pull it through everything on the crochet hook. Now this just looks like a knot of yarn, but if I give it a bit of a pull about, you can see that we've got a ring here with a space at the centre where I've just put my finger through, and we're going to be putting our crochet hook into the centre of that ring of chains to make our flower. Now we've got this bit of yarn here from the end, and I'm just going to tuck it out the way behind my work, and I'll come back and show you what we do with that yarn end at the end. For now, just ignore it. So each of these flowers is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. So let's go ahead and learn how to make those petals. Start by making 2 chains just as we did previously. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Next we're going to learn a crochet stitch called a double crochet. It's one of the most common crochet stitches that you're going to come across, so it's a good one to learn first. To make a double crochet, yarn over, then put your crochet hook into the centre of that ring of chains. Yarn over again, and use your crochet hook to pull that yarn over through just that ring of chains, like that. You should now have 1, 2, 3 loops of yarn on your crochet hook. Next, yarn over, and we're going to pull that yarn over through the first 2 loops on the hook. So 1 and 2. And then once I've done that and I pulled it through, I'm going to reset my stitches. So I'm going to push my stitches down onto this straight part of the crochet hook, and then we're going to repeat that. So yarn over and pull through 2 loops like that. So there's our finished double crochet stitch here. You can see it's given us quite a long stitch. This part of the stitch here is called a post. If you managed to follow along with that double crochet stitch, well done. I'm going to show you it again now, step by step. So yarn over, hook into the ring of chains, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's another double crochet stitch done. Notice as I am making these stitches, the yarn is running through my fingers. You might find it helpful, rather than gripping the yarn between your ring and little finger, to wrap it once around your ring finger. I sometimes do this when I have joint pain, and that's what I'm going to do today. Now to finish off this petal, make 2 chains, 1, 2, and then we're going to do a slip stitch. So the same slip stitch as we did when we made our ring of chains, but we're going to make the slip stitch into that hole there at the center where we're crocheting into. So I've not done any yarn overs. I'm just going to put my hook straight into that ring of chains, then yarn over and pull up a loop, and also pull it through that loop on my hook. So that there is a slip stitch, and that's actually is our first flower petal made. We're going to make 4 more. So what I like to do when I've done one of these petals is I grab all of my stitches and the ring of chains and I pull them around a little bit just to make sure I've got plenty of room here to crochet the rest of the petals. So let's make another petal. Chain 2, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Then we're going to make 2 double crochets into the ring, yarn over, hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, yarn over, hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to do 2 chains, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and then a slip stitch. So we're going to put our hook into the center of that ring of chains there, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then pull that loop also through the loop that was on your hook. And I'm going to pull my petal round a little bit to give me more space for the next petal. Next, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again, yarn over, hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Keep pulling those stitches around as we go to make space. Then finishing off this petal with 2 chains, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, then a slip stitch into the chain ring. And another petal, so yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, that's 2 chains made, and then 2 double crochets, yarn over, hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull those stitches round. Then 2 more chains, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, slip stitch into the chain ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull that same loop through the loop that was on your hook. Then we've made 1, 2, 3, 4 petals, so 1 more petal left to go. 2 more chains, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, make a bit more space, yarn over, hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then to finish off our flower, 2 more chains, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and then 1 final slip stitch into the ring. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull it through that loop on your hook. So now we're ready to fasten off our flower and deal with these ends. So to fasten off, grab yourself a pair of scissors and, leaving a tail of about 5 inches, snip your yarn. Now use your crochet hook to pull that yarn tail through that final slip stitch and give it a little pull to tighten. You don't need to pull really tight there. Next, thread that yarn we've just snipped onto a yarn needle, preferably one with quite a sharp point. And then what I'm going to do is, this is the front of our flower, and we know it's the front because if we look at our stitches, they're quite smooth, the posts of our stitches here, and at the top we can kind of see these V shapes laying across the top of our stitches. The back of our crochet looks quite different, it's quite bumpy, and ideally we need to weave our ends in on the back. So I'm just going to take my needle and I'm just going to put it through some loops here, like that, to get it through to the back of my flower. There. Then I'm going to turn my flower over to the back. You can see our other end here that we've not woven in yet is also at the back of our work. So to secure this end, we're going to run our yarn needle underneath some of these stitches here. So my needle's going under these loops here, and I'm going to go about halfway around the flower, and I'm going to pull that tail through. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip one of these loops here. I'm going to run my needle back across the same group of stitches, and what this does when you use a sharp needle is secures that yarn tail in place. I'm going to pull it back through. Now, because this is just a little flower we can use for applique, it's not a heavy use item like a piece of clothing or a blanket. Weaving it once and then back, so weaving it through twice, is enough for a flower. If you do go on to make a blanket, make sure you're weaving it back one more time in that same direction, so you've woven it in 3 times, and that means it won't come undone. Now I've woven that end in twice, I can snip my yarn tail. And then I'm going to grab the other yarn tail and thread it onto my needle and repeat going on the other half of the flower. So I wove my first end here, I'm going to weave my second end here. So exactly the same as we've done previously. Snip the end and your flower is finished. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I'll link some more on the screen, but I've got so many beginner tutorials on my channel you might like to try next. See you again next week for another crochet tutorial.